Every day we engage in potentially high-risk activities while at work. One of our most significant risks is driving, as our people cover millions of kilometres each year. The risk increases when you add fatigue. In late 2020, 2 significant near misses were recorded following fatigue-related microsleeps while driving. It was luck that neither of these incidents resulted in serious injury or worse. Many thanks to Anthony, Troy and Connor for sharing their stories with us in this video. There's never a single contributing factor that leads to these types of incidents. So it is essential that every decision and action we take is aligned with our WorkSafe standards. If in any doubt about your safety, stop work and check in with your leader. That way we can go home safe every day.
The job itself went pretty well. Most of the drive when we were leaving site did feel pretty good until probably the last 5 minutes of it. Got the 1 or the 2 long blinks, and then before you knew it, then it was coming onto the off-ramp to Grand Junction Road, made contact with that concrete barrier. When we hit the barrier, it woke us both up. Troy's arm come straight across us to make sure I was good. It was a pretty scary moment really. Rattled the truck. We didn't hit it too hard, which was a godsend really.
We're driving back, and being the passenger, you get the gentle motion of the truck. Sun's in your face, it's slowly starting to rise, come on the windscreen, so that's nice and comforting as well. I was pretty well out of it, I reckon. I think after as well, the more I thought about it, I really let my mate down. We're a team in the cab. You sink or swim together.
Brought a mate into a situation which neither of us should have been in. So something that was completely out of his control was behind the wheel. I should have been more alert, and the minute I got that second sort of long blink, that should have been that wake-up call just to be like, let's pull over where we can.
When I first spoke to these guys about the opportunity to share their story, they said yes, and there was no hesitation. And I think that says a lot. Hopefully, them sharing their story may prevent this happening again. The second thing is that the guys reported this, and just reporting it shows a fantastic safety culture that we have in SA Power Networks, where I think once upon a time things like this might have happened that we didn't report.
We need to empower people to stop. We're better to put our hand up and say, I need some help, and just wait there or have a sleep. Be empowered to ask for a night's accommodation instead of pushing home in the early hours of the morning.
I look after 120 people. The worst phone call that I get is when somebody has had an incident, and worstly when someone's been injured. That's the worst thing of this job. I want to make sure that I can do everything I can to prevent these incidents from happening.
I was driving along and I'd already stopped twice just because I was feeling a little bit tired. And when it actually happened, I was happily driving along at 1 minute, and the next I was going off towards the tree. Just blacked out, woke up, saw the trees, reefed the steering wheel back across. I saw that there was a bus coming towards me and hit the other side of the road, reefed it back across again and managed to come to a halt. But when I finally got off on the side, stopped completely, I just basically had to stop for a minute and focus because I was terrified.
I reckon after the job, no one's going to care if you were to stay there for another half hour, an hour, just to close your eyes. If that means getting home, that's the most important thing.
The biggest thing is really just notice the early warning signs. Know what you're looking for. If you are tired, call ahead, talk to your mates. Let them know that you're not really feeling up to scratch, and if you're not feeling comfortable in driving, then you just have to call it. Don't be afraid to.
The stories we've just heard are a stark reminder that driver fatigue is a real risk to our safety. We must all be switched on to stay safe well before we step into our vehicles. So in a practical sense, what does that look like? Discuss the day's driving and potential risks at your toolbox and at other key times during the day. Check yourselves and each other. Are you feeling fatigued? If yes, don't drive and escalate to your leader. As a passenger, support your driver. Keep an eye on potential hazards, including signs of fatigue. Encourage each other to speak up if concerned. Remember, we're all human. If you're not up to it, just don't drive. We encourage you now to take some time to discuss this video within your teams. And to help you, I pose the following question. What are you going to do differently to ensure driver fatigue does not compromise your safety?
Work safe.
Home safe.
Every day.